Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are looking at a very popular string manipulation problem called rotate string. Before we jump in, if you get confused at any point, drop a comment below. I try to read and reply to all of them. Okay, let's get into it. Here is the problem page. It's a bit wordy, so let's break down exactly what it's asking us to do with a visual example. Core of this problem revolves around something they call a shift. Imagine we have a starting string, like the letters A through E. The shift is just taking the very first character on the left, pulling it off the front, and sticking it directly onto the very back. That's one shift. Our ultimate goal is to see if our starting string can eventually turn into a specific target string. Can we keep shifting the characters, one by one, until it perfectly matches that target? If yes, we return true. If not, we return false. But before we start spinning letters around, we need to think about a super important edge case, the lengths of the words. If our starting word and our target word have different lengths, it is completely impossible for them to ever match, no matter how many times we rotate them. So the very first thing any of our solutions should do is check their lengths. If they don't match, we immediately say nope, false, can't be done. Okay, so for our first approach, let's look at the brute force method. The most obvious way to solve this is to just manually simulate the shifting process. We rotate the string one time, and then we check, does it match our target now? If not, we rotate it a second time, and check again. We keep doing this until we've rotated it a full circle. If we checked every single possible setup and still didn't find a match, then it's impossible. Here is the Python code for that brute force idea. Let's trace through exactly how that rotation actually works in code. The key part of that code is this line, which performs the shift using Python slicing. The first part grabs the entire word starting from the second letter all the way to the end. Then, the second part grabs just that very first letter. By adding those two pieces together, in that order, we effectively move the front to the back in one swift motion. Let's do a quick dry run. Let's say our starting string is A, B, C, and we want to reach CAB. The lengths match, so we enter our loop. On the first shift, we take BC and stick A on the end. We get BCA. That's not our target, so we loop again. On the second shift, we take CA and stick B on the end. We get CAB. This matches our goal perfectly, so we return true and stop right there. So what is the time complexity here? It is actually order n squared, where n is the length of our string. The reason it's n squared is that our loop runs n times, and inside that loop, creating those new string slices actually forces the computer to copy every letter over, which takes another n steps. The space complexity is order n, because creating those new sliced string copies requires some extra temporary memory. Order n squared is okay. But can we do better? Yes, with a really clever trick. Let's go back to our starting word, A, B, C, D, E. Ask yourself, what would happen if we just attached a second copy of the word directly onto the end of the first one? We get a brand new doubled word, A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, D, E. The magic here is that if you look closely at this doubled word, you can find the first rotated version hiding right inside of it. And if you slide over one more spot, there's the second rotated version hiding right next to it. In fact, every single possible valid rotation of our starting word is guaranteed to exist somewhere inside that doubled string. So our entire strategy simplifies massively. We just double the starting string and ask, is our target word sitting somewhere inside this big string? This makes the code incredibly short and elegant. We check the lengths, double the string, and then just use the built-in find function to see if the goal is hiding in there. The time complexity for this approach drops down to order n. Doubling the string takes n steps, and searching for a substring inside it usually takes n steps in Python, making it much more efficient overall. The space complexity stays at order n, since we are still creating that brand new doubled version of the string to search through. Now for the perfectionists out there. While Python's built-in find function is fast, in the absolute worst-case scenario with extremely repetitive patterns, simple search functions can technically slow down. To guarantee strict linear time no matter what nasty test cases they throw at us, the editorial brings out the big guns, the KMP algorithm. KMP works by analyzing our target word before we even start searching. It looks for repeating patterns within the target itself. It creates something called an LPS array. This essentially acts like a cheat sheet. If we are comparing letters and hit a mismatch, instead of starting completely over from scratch, this cheat sheet tells our search exactly how far forward it can safely jump. Here is the full code for KMP. As you can see, it is significantly more complex. We still double the string, but then we pass it to our custom KMP search functions. You usually won't need to write this out in a standard interview for an easy problem, but it's great to know it exists for optimization. Thanks to that pre-computation, the time complexity is strictly order n, guaranteed, in absolutely every possible scenario. The space complexity is also order n. We still have our doubled string, and now we also have that extra array we built for the cheat sheet. So what did we learn? First, always check the basic rules before doing heavy lifting, like confirming the lengths match. Second, sometimes a clever trick, like doubling our data, can completely bypass the need for messy loops in simulation. By the way, if you want to test these solutions out yourself without retyping everything, you can grab the code from the link in the description. Now let's look at the other languages. Here are the solutions for the optimal concatenation trick in Java, C++, and JavaScript. Feel free to pause if you need to study them. Here is the full solution in Java, using the contains method. Next up, here is the C++ version, utilizing string : npos. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript, using includes. Since we are nearing the end, I just wanted to mention that you can probably tell this channel is narrated by AI. I built this tool to instantly generate clear explanations for myself when daily problems drop. I recently changed the visual format to be faster and punchier. Please let me know in the comments if this new style helps you learn better, and remember to drop any coding questions there too. If you want to help support my goal of covering every Leetcode problem, consider donating at buymeaboba.com/LeetCodeDaily. Please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can get your daily streak done early. Keep coding, and I'll see you in the next one.